Hello everyone! Welcome back to FlexiCAD channel for all AutoCAD skills tailored for you. Learn how to draw a simple floor plan from scratch. This step-by-step tutorial covers everything you need to get started, including tools, tips, and techniques. It's perfect for beginners, architects, designers, and DIY enthusiasts. By the end of this video, you'll be able to create your own floor plan with confidence. Today's video is part 2 of 3, continuing from part 1, where we'll be adding windows, doors, blocks, and hatching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.
Let's get started. After trimming, there might still be some duplicate objects. On the Modify panel, click on this arrow and find the Delete Duplicate Objects icon. Select everything and in the window that appears, you can keep the default options since all objects have the same layout properties. Press OK, and all duplicate lines will be erased. Before moving forward, we have some dashed lines to insert. Select the lines, go to Layout Properties, and click on the option to change the layer type. For the layer walls, there's currently only one layer type available. Click Load to access more options, and I'm going to select this one. Close the window. With the line selected, right-click and go to Properties. You can now change the line type to the new one. The lines are now dashed, but they might be a bit hard to see due to their small scale. To fix this, change the scale to a bigger value. Now it's okay. Finally, we've finished drawing the walls. And to make sure we are not going to modify this object incidentally, I'm going to lock the layer for now. Back on the Layer Properties. It's on this icon. So, as you see, the colors are now darker. I'm not able to modify anything in that layer, although I can always select the objects or use its object snap points that can be useful to draw object in other layers.
Okay, back on the layer properties, let's create 3 new layers. First, I'll name the layers Windows, Door, Hatch, and Block. For now, I'm going to select light colors for each of them, as they're easy to distinguish on my workspace. Don't worry, for printing purposes, I'll choose dark colors. The next elements I'm going to draw are windows and doors to insert into the floor plan. We're going to use blocks for that operation. Let's start with the window. It's very important that you draw the object for your block in layer 0. So I'll switch the current layer to 0. Then I'll draw the window using the command line. This line has a length of external wall, which is 230 millimeters. Then I'll make the horizontal line 50 millimeters above the bottom, and its length is exactly the length of the window. I type 1200 as most of the windows on this plan have this measurement. Then, finally, on the opposite side, I'll use the command mirror. Select the line, go to the midpoint, and make a vertical mirror line here. For the remaining object, I'm going to offset the horizontal line with a distance of 50 millimeters. I click on it and drag it above. Windows and doors are usually representative elements of the floor plan. We want to convert the window to a single object, as it will be much more comfortable for us to use it on the drawing for moving and copying purposes. Basically, I'm going to create a block. I'll go to the Block panel and click on Create Block. Here, I type the block name, in this case it's Window. Then I click on this button to select the object. Then on Base Point, the option specified on the screen is Pick, and it means that if I click on OK, the program automatically requires me to specify the base point. Then I choose this one. As you see, the block is now completed. To insert the window in the project, first I switch the current layer to Windows. I go to this icon, insert the block, and choose the window. Now you can insert the window on the floor plan. But before I do that, I'm going to show you how to add parameters to a block. In this case, you'll create a grip to easily change the size of the window. And this type of block is called a dynamic block. I'll open the block editor, click on this icon on the block panel, and then select the window. Now we're in block editor mode. We can add or remove objects to our blocks, and besides that, we can add new parameters. I'm going to click on Linear to add the distance parameter along the length of the window. And don't worry, because you will understand all this at the end. Then a parameter by itself doesn't have a practical effect. It's required that I associate an action to it. I switch to the Action tab, and for this case, I'm going to add a stretch to the parameter distance1, select the parameter, then specify the point to associate with the action. I choose this. Select all the objects except the first line. Also, when you are selecting, don't worry to keep the parameters out of the selection, because they don't count. Press Enter. I save the block and close the block editor. Back in the normal workspace, select the block, and the distance parameter is represented by this triangle. Clicking on it, I can change the length of the window by typing the new distance. Can you see it's so easy and practical? To insert the windows on the floor plan, I make sure that the current layer is Windows. Then I go to Insert a Block and click on Window. To place the window on this room, I have this endpoint, move to the right, and put it around here. And yes, in this case, I'm not considering precise locations of the windows and the doors in the rooms. Actually, the purpose of this exercise is to make you decide to place these blocks wherever you want. Just imagine that you are the architect and you are creating this project. Of course, when you draw the first floor, you need to take in consideration the position of the windows here. Now, let's continue with the other windows. A method that I like to use is with the command copy. Use a window that's already on the floor plan. It will make this process quickly. It's better to switch to the polar mode here for being easier to move the windows around. To place a window in the middle of the room, I choose a base point in the middle. Then I click on this midpoint, move it up, and type an extension of to place the window exactly on the correct location. Important, it's always good to have a window besides the drawing so I can copy it when necessary. Then you just need to continue putting all the remaining windows on the drawing. On the side walls, I have to make a rotation to the window. I type RO and press Enter. Click on this point, then rotate 90 degrees. Finally, copy the window to the walls at the right. For the windows that have a length different than 1200, use the stretch parameter to resize it. Okay, before moving to the doors, let's add a new parameter to the window block. This new parameter will switch the window upside down. I'm going to double-click on one of the windows to access the editor mode. And notice that all the blocks that have this icon are dynamic blocks. This time I will add a flip parameter, and this one has the same logic as the mirror command. I specify this point as a reflection line and make it horizontal. This parameter is called flip state 1. Then go to Actions, click on Flip, select the parameter, flip state 1, select all the objects, press Enter. Then I close the editor mode, save the changes. Now, if I click on any of the block references, a new parameter is added to the window, and look how easily I can switch the position of it. Now, if I click on any of the block references, a new parameter is added to the window, and look how easily I can switch the position of it. Now, if I click on any of the block references, a new parameter is added to the window, and look how easily I can switch the position of it.